Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go,
We've been waiting,
Betsy.
Bets.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
And it's here.
We just got an update from Richland County. Sheriff's Department put out a level 1 emergency for that area. So a level 1 snow emergency now in Richland County. Basically, that means the roads are pretty nasty. So use caution when driving. If it kicks up to a level 2, that's when it's necessary traffic only. Level 3 is emergency traffic only. So level 1, that's the lowest level. But because they have so many country roads, it gets a little sticky out there. We have a really yucky situation on the roads right now. Very slow going in some locations, and all of this is because of this mix of rain and snow that has been moving through. As we zoom in just a little bit, I think I can zoom in here. We will zoom in on some of these roads and get a little bit better update on the colors, because our main arteries, 71, 77, 271, 90, 480, the turnpike, all slow at this hour. You can see this is 480 at 271. This is a pretty typically a nasty intersection anyway, but it's very slow going there. Slow on 271 north and southbound. We also have slow going southbound on 77 in northern portions of Summit County out around Richland. And then, of course, the 71, we've had some problems there because of slush on the roads, and that goes from all the way in Brook Park and Strongsville down through the Brunswick area. The radar has certainly been very active this afternoon. The back edge of this is thankfully moving very quickly, actually. It's sweeping in from the west. We're also starting to see some breaks in the action over Summit and Portage counties. So now kind of Lake Geauga, Ashtabula counties, northern Trumbull County, and eastern sections of Cuyahoga County still dealing with this thick, wet snow and rain mix that is coming down. Farther south, it's just been rain. I want to show you this. This is a correlation coefficient. This is a tool that we can use as meteorologists, and basically this is the radar trying to say these things are similar, these things are not. So when you see this solid red color, that means everything is very similar. My guess is that we are looking at all snowflakes high up in the atmosphere. Granted, they are very wet snowflakes. But where you start to see these oranges and then definitely these greens, this is where we have a mix that is taking place. Things are, getting a little bit off kilter there. So the correlation would not line up very well there. And so we are seeing that mix, and all of it together, and it's wind driven. It's driving down the visibilities. We have visibilities below 2 miles now east of I-71. And I mentioned those wind gusts. We're still clocking wind gusts over 30 miles per hour at times. This is going to go up as the evening goes on. We're still anticipating 50+ mile per hour wind gusts over the next several hours. Overnight then, the wind gusts settle down ever so slightly and then come roaring back in the early part of the day tomorrow as cold air comes in. That cold air is going to have some big momentum with it. And not only will that, of course, kick up the wind gusts, that will drive down the wind chills. So we have those wind chills that'll be in the single digits and low teens all day tomorrow. And of course, that means we're going to have some power outages. We already have power outages. We are anticipating more, even kicking up into the widespread category, not only this evening, but again tomorrow. And that's about the time that the cold air begins to arrive. So let's take a look at your National Designer hour by hour forecast. We'll step through this a little bit for you. The back edge of this rain is already moving in. We'll get rid of what's left of the slush out to the east, and temperatures will be coming up, possibly several degrees into the low to mid 40s by 8 and 9 o'clock. We'll still have scattered rain in the area, and those very gusterly southerly winds become southwesterly later on this evening. Mid 40s at 10 p.m., gusts 40+ miles per hour prevalent across the area, and the scattered rain showers continue into the early morning. This is a snapshot at 2 a.m., and look what's lurking here out to the west, and the temperatures drop very quickly from the mid 40s to the upper 20s by the start of the day on Saturday. At the same time, we have these very gusty winds going. So we will have snow. Tomorrow's snow will be fluffier than what we have now. So tonight's snow is very wet. Tomorrow's snow will be fluffy, and that means it'll be flying all over the place. And with temperatures in the 20s through the day tomorrow, we are anticipating not only snow accumulations, but anything that is standing water will be freezing up. So that is certainly going to be something you have to consider as you step out the door in the morning, because it's going to be pretty slick. Later on Saturday, the winds become more west-southwesterly, and that would favor lake effect, but only for the lakeshore areas east of Cleveland. So it's a pretty interesting setup for that. And of course, Buffalo gets drilled then. Anyway, there's our accumulations for tonight. We do have a slushy coating, and then you can see where we get that lake effect going into Sunday, and we have higher amounts out into the snowbelt areas. Here's your Union Home Mortgage forecast. Once we get out of the 20s tomorrow, and I think that'll happen during the evening, we don't make it back into the 20s until Thursday. Periodic snow showers coming and going. I don't think we're going to be seeing the 30s again until about 10 days from now. So certainly a cold snap is in place. Hope you're ready for it because it's on its way. We'll be right back.